Welcome back to Starfield. Well, if you watched the last episode, you may remember that I said that I was going to leave here, Starstation RE-939 or whatever it is, and go sell off some inventory. I was going to loot the place and sell off some inventory, and I did do that. But the reason that we're still here is because I found a place that I hadn't explored with you guys, and I wanted to explore it with y'all. And those of you who have already played the game probably realize that I did not go in here. It doesn't tell what this is from this side, but I think this is comms. But yeah, like I said, I did go around. I looted this place pretty well, I feel like. I mean, I really looted it. Took a bunch of stuff back to... You know what? Is there ammo in this box right here? I'm like, oh yeah, I did a real good job of looting it. Did I, though? How about that? It's all about perspective, man. You see it from up above, and you see something different. Anyway, I did loot it. I did go to the den, and I sold off the contraband. I sold off a bunch of stuff, and then I did go back to New Atlantis. But when I went back to New Atlantis, there were a bunch of people talking about heat leeches, and I wanted to have that in an episode. I didn't want you guys to miss out on that, so I went back to a previous save, and so in this world that we're in right now, I have not been back to New Atlantis since the heat leech thing, but I did go to the den and sell off a bunch of stuff. So the reason I came back here is because, like I said, there's this room up here that we didn't explore before. Reminder, safety drill soon. I did loot this room, but over on the other side of the room, oh, my life chunk by chunk. I'll take that. Pretty sure I remember reading that as well. On the other side of this room is a terminal that I'm gonna read. I haven't read it yet. I wanted to read it with you guys, so that's what's going to happen here. We're going to go over here. We're going to go down here and check it out. There's a terminal here that I did not see. What does that say? Return book to Tommy, it says. Interesting that that's not like an item I could pick up. Return book to Tommy. Let's check out this command computer. Team goals. Our goals for this quarter: 1. Establish culture. 2. Perform audit of all activities on the Star Station. 3. Tighten budget and accounting. 4. Improve documentation. Good luck with that. Spectre management. As administrator, it's important to establish the right culture. These are lessons I learned when earning my master's in business administration, as well as during the development of the Spectre management system. As management, it's our job to supervise aggressively, provide the relevant feedback, engender the appropriate amount of fear so they correct their behavior, and train their minds to expect your presence. Oh, God. Lastly, repeat the process. Using Spectre management, our researchers will be looking over their shoulder at all times, and subsequently correct their behavior on their own. Helena Chambers, MBA, Chief Administrator of Starstation RE-939. Boy, I do not want to work for her. She sounds awful. Evacuation drills. As you may have heard, we are changing our evacuation protocols. Lieutenant Abreu will brief all of you with the details. As long as I am the head of this star station, the safety of management and high-ranking officials will remain a priority, and the changes are designed to ensure that outcome. And that's Helena Chambers again. Really, the safety of management and high-ranking officials will remain a priority. Yuck. Well, anyway, there's something that I did not read in the previous episode, so now we read it. Lunar robotics, accept no limitations. Oh, the original makers of Vasco. Would you look at that? Type A, Type C, Type R, and Type K. All right. Well, I believe that is all that I am interested in here on good old Starstation RE-939. So, what do you say we go ahead and walk on back to our ship? I mean, I guess somebody else will come back here and take care of these bodies. I don't know. Oh, by the way, did you know these guys could go up and down stairs? Cracks me up. Looted all these bodies.
Greetings, Captain.
Greetings, Vasco. And back to the Razorleaf we go. So let's head on back to New Atlantis. Oh, jeez. Okay, so he has something he wants to give me. Where is he? He'll give it to us later.
Word, Chief?
Yeah, what is it?
What is the good word? Good question. Well, as we know, I really don't have to sit in that seat. I could just bring up my quest list and then go to activities, return the slate to Ricardo Bosch, set our course, and we should be safe to land. No contraband on board. Sold it. I sold it at the den between the last episode and this one.
I have something for you.
Oh, he has something for me. Is it a bouquet of flowers?
Oh, pardon me. Was that your stomach or mine?
Do you have anything for me, Barrett?
Yeah, I do. How did you know?
I don't know, because you said it every 5 seconds. Alien pie added. Okay. Let's eat some alien pie. Why does this... I guess this means it's a new item, this exclamation mark? I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll eat that stuff. Alright, Barrett. So we came back to the lodge, but we don't want to go to the lodge. We want to go to wherever Ricardo Bosch is. So let's go for a little walk. Seems like a nice night for a walk. It's actually kind of nice to be back in New Atlantis. I think it is anyway. I kind of like this city. So Bosch, I think this is taking me to the elevator.
Sergeant Yumi was looking for you.
Oh yeah?
Sounds like he's got more work.
Well, I'm kind of busy right now. He'll have to wait. But we'll check in with him at some point, of course. Yeah, it's taking me to that weird elevator down here. Don't know why it didn't take me to that one up there. Maybe this one's a little closer. I don't know.
My boss says that if I find it.
Okay. See you later, Barrett. Defense Research, Health and Human Services, and Aegis or Aegis. I will never remember how to pronounce that. And maybe it could be pronounced either way. I don't know. Maybe it's like... You know, some people pronounce data. Data. Where is this guy? I think he's actually... this way. Hey, bud, what's up?
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, it's fair. Sitting in the exact same spot he was when we saw him last
The
time.
lab, huh? The UC spares no expense.
Yeah, I mean, this is quite a lab, and that was quite a lab on the Starstation. You work in quite some labs, sir.
May I help you?
I recovered your slate.
Well, will you look at that? Huh. And it seems to be in working condition. So you see, even when tragedy strikes, there's people like you to help pick up the pieces. It makes me feel good about where we're going as a species.
I see. Thanks, you're doing your part, too. I don't care, honestly. I expect to be compensated for this, or our species is doomed and you'll be the first to go. Well, I tell you, I do expect to be compensated for this, so pay up.
Of course. A good deed never goes unrewarded. And I've got just the thing.
Is it money?
Here. I know credits are a lazy gift, but as a scientist, I think it's better to be practical. Thanks again.
All right, 3,800 credits. And we've leveled up. Nice. Okay. Just a really nice piece of music there.
TMD has a long road ahead of it.
Oh.
But the results will be worth it.
I'll take test tubes over laser guns any day of the week. Thank you very much.
So yeah, now that we've got a TMD, these guys are talking about that. We haven't heard anybody mention the heat leeches, though.
Pardon.
Like last time I was here. What's up, Chief Engineer Upsana Kulkarni?
All branches of the UC are on board with the plan. Now it's just a matter of executing.
Of course, she's talking about the plan to...
Quiet, safe, secure. Just how I like it.
Yeah. She's talking about the plan to eliminate the terrormorphs, deploy the Asylees.
I'm pleased we'll be working together. You seem like a person who gets results. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure these Asylees are deployed safely and effectively.
That's good to hear. Very good to hear. So we can level up. I've got, wow, 3 skill points. Interesting. Can't say I knew that I had 3 waiting over here. Oh man, what the heck did I want to spend points on? It seems like it wasn't that long ago that I was like, man, I sure wish I could get to this place. But do I remember what it was? No. I think one of the outpost engineering, maybe, I think I was interested in for a while. Because I think I wanted to do some outpost stuff, but I couldn't. I feel like there was something... Oh, it was a Starship design, maybe? Or Starship engineering. One of these two things. But I feel like there was another one that would let me... is it targeting control? Unlock ship targeting functionality. So there was a time back when I wanted to disable a ship, and I went online and read how to do it, and everybody said it helps a lot to have this. So this is one thing that I could do. Targeting. I think that might be what I'm interested in, really. I mean, this social stuff, we really don't use a lot of this stuff, really. And then physical stuff, just don't really know how much this fits my character, you know? So, let's go ahead and get targeting control systems. We did that. And then time to lock onto enemy ships is reduced by 15%. Target locked ships fire at you 25% slower. I mean, that would be nice, but I don't need it, you know? I feel like I said, I was trying to get to one of these. Yeah, allows the installation of improved ship modules, but I mean, we have a long way to go before we can get here. Or is it available? Allows the installation of improved ship... There's no way I can do this, right? Oh, okay. I can. Alright. Cool. Now I can install improved ship modules. Okay. Okay, great. Fantastic. And the next level allows the installation of superior ship modules. We need to install 5 unique ship modules before we can get to rank 2. So I think I wanted to do this because we do have a quest coming up that I've been thinking about. And it's this deep cover one here where we're supposed to try to pose as a Crimson Fleet pirate to infiltrate their ranks and take them down from the inside. I don't think I can fly in there with my Mantis ship and do that. And to be honest with you, if this game let me do that, I would be very disappointed. Because, you know, if you've played the game, you know that the Mantis is supposed to, you know, strike fear in pirates, and when they see the Mantis, they run for cover. So if I show up in my Mantis ship trying to join the Crimson Fleet, that would be ridiculous. So before we do this mission, I do want to build my own ship. And I want to build my own ship anyway. I think it'll be kind of fun. I've heard that the shipbuilding is actually one of the better parts of this game. And the little bit of it that I've played around with, I have enjoyed. So, yeah, man. We have 449,000 credits. Surely I could buy a fairly decent ship with that, or build a decent ship. But not yet. Not quite yet. I can't help myself to these weapons, even though I'm a Class 1 citizen. Let's take a look at our quest list. I haven't really thought ahead any further than where we are now. Other than I do want to do this soon. But we have so many things here, it might not be a bad idea to go ahead and clear some of these out. Let me take a look at our activities and see if there's anything that I want to do. I don't really want to go talk to Sergeant Yumi. He's just going to give me something else to do. This one I don't think will ever go away. Go to Red Mile. Unfortunately, I don't remember why. There's a distress call in the Charybdis system, which might be interesting. Go to Ilios. Why? Doggone it, I don't remember. You know? I don't remember. Accept a cargo mission from the mission board. I thought I'd done that too, but apparently I have not. So, yeah, man. What do we want to do here? I think this sounds kind of interesting. There's an ominous ship in orbit above Paradiso. I should attempt to communicate with it. I may regret this, but let's try it. Let's set a course. And so much for hearing people talk about heat leeches, but they were talking about them. So, you know what? Before I do this, I tell you what. Let's, I think I need to exit this building. I do want to go and just sell off some stuff at the Trade Authority, since I'm here. So, that's all. Well, this will work. I do want to do that. I have a lot of stuff to sell off. So I should be able to do this, and then somewhere will be the Razor Leaf, and I should be able to fast travel to it. Except that I'm not seeing it. There's a residential district, lodge. Well, I'm not seeing my marker for my ship. Maybe I can't see it from here, but I mean the lodge. I'm pretty sure that I can see my ship from the lodge. And then now that I'm here...
No funny stuff with that boost pack. Got enough flight traffic as it is.
Commercial district, residential district. I mean, am I wrong? Oh, there's something unknown over there. Interesting.
Tell
Structure.
me to scan that one. Okay, good. You got it.
Huh. Well. Oh, okay. Well, that's, telling me go this way. Well, I, don't really know why I can't find my ship. Huh. Okay. Well, crap, man. All right. So in order to hail this unidentified ship, it's telling me to go this way. So it's going to lead me to my ship, but I don't know why I can't fast travel to it. It's very possible that there is a marker around here. I'm just not seeing it. Mass District. Get out of the way. The Lodge. Residential District. Oh, there they are. There's the Razor Leaf. Okay. Alright. Now we're just going to exit the ship and walk over to the Trackers Alliance thing. And maybe we will hear people talk about heat leeches.
Do you require my assistance?
While we're here. This is where I heard people talking about it before. Oh yeah,
I'm
this...
sorry. Heat leeches can turn into what?
Terramorphs. Giant carapace-encrusted tanks. Hence the new scanning protocols. On our watch, no heat leech enters this city. Understood?
Understood.
Alright. Let's get at it then.
Okay, heat leeches.
Where New Atlantis' first line of defense against heat leeches now. We see any on your ship? They're toast.
Nice. Go check it out, man.
Honest? I'm a little surprised every time this ship makes it back in one piece.
The hell does that mean? What an insulting thing to say. Is she insulting me? What's up?
Yes.
How's it going?
Guess what?
Okay. All right. I'm going to go here to the old Trackers Alliance thing.
We're asking everyone to take care of any leeches on their ships. We don't want any Terramore storming through here.
We sure don't. We sure don't. Sell from Razorback. I'm going to go into all, and I'm going to just sort by weight and just sell off heavy stuff. You know, I mean, do I want this Vanguard spacesuit? I mean, it's pretty cool, but I don't know, man. It's pretty cool. Yeah, as you could see, I have already sold off a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I don't want to. Let's just go look at my weapons. Weapons. So, I mean, I don't need another calibrated Eon. I don't need 5 calibrated Equinoxes. Or 3 more calibrated Grendels. Or this Rattler or this Coachman. I better keep my cutter. I don't need 4 Equinoxes. And there we go. Now they're out of money. But do they have... No, they don't have any ammo. Yeah, they have no ammo. Interesting. Okay. So we've done that. So now we are going to go ahead and just bring up our quest list. We're going to go to First Contact. We're going to set a course. I may regret this, but I'm real curious to see what happens here. So let's go. I'm going to hit F5. And here's the ship. So, the full text of the quest. There's an ominous ship in orbit above Paradiso. I should attempt to communicate with it. Let's do that. Unidentified ship. It's a level 30. Oh, cool. I've target locked it. Neat. Alright. Let's hail it. Hello, this is Mental Fox. Could you repeat that? Sorry you're breaking up. Can you try a different channel or what? Yeah, let's try a different channel here, buddy. Let's identify ourselves, see if that helps any. I don't think this is working. I'm going to attempt a docking procedure and we could talk on board. I don't understand you. Can you hear me? Is there something wrong with your communications array, or is something wrong? Do you need help? You have any problems with your communications array? Flash some lights at me if that's the case. By the way, I think this is really cool looking at this ship over top of this planet in the background. Is something wrong? Do you need help? You know, I don't think this is working. I'm going to attempt a docking procedure and we could talk on board. Dock with the ship and enter. Those are great sound effects. Communications with the ship have failed, even though it could be dangerous. I should see if I can complete a docking procedure with it and go on board. Oh, this is fun. Okay, we're getting closer and closer. And we're gonna dock on this thing, man. And see if this is indeed a mistake. So yeah, this is a ship that's just in orbit around Porrima, I think. And people are concerned about it.
That airlock and get aboard.
Cool, look at that. Flight system standby, weapon system standby, life support systems standby. It's a tracking computer. Okay. Speak with the ship's captain. Okay, well, spoiler alert, there's a captain on this ship. There are people on board. I should speak with the ship's captain. Okay. This is kind of fun. I'm a little apprehensive about this.
Hello, Captain.
Hello, Vasco. We got some old chairs here. Cargo bay. Oh, so there's somebody in here. We got a dude. He looks harmless enough. And then we've got this woman here. She looks pretty harmless. What do you think? Think they're friendlies? colonist yawn. Did you see that? They're colonists. Huh. Well, this is getting more and more exciting.
Stay alert.
Oh.
Remain calm. There's no reason to suspect whatever it is hostile.
Now is the time for diplomacy.
Agreed. But we must be ready. Now, eyes and ears sharp.
Okay. It was very quiet. I hope you were able to hear it, but if you couldn't hear it, you hopefully could read it.
You're human.
Wait, what are you? No, can't you see? I'm actually a weird, scary monster with tentacles. Human? I didn't know there were other options, or of course I'm human. I take it you were expecting someone else. I mean, yeah, of course I'm human. What were you expecting?
It's just that we weren't expecting to find life, let alone human life out here. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
Welcome back to the rest of humanity. You're no longer alone.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge.
I'm over here.
This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
Well, we have quite a few things we could say to these people. We could just simply say, I'm Mental Fox and I'm here to help. We could say, wait, don't tell me. You're going to ask me for some sort of huge favor. We could say, yeah, look. I'm just here to help the people on the planet down below. We could talk about their starship design. Interesting. Your ship is unlike any I've ever seen. What can you tell me about its design? Or we could say, what is this ship? Well, let's use our starship design perk. Your ship is unlike any I've ever seen. What can you tell me about its design?
I don't know all the particulars, but I'll try to answer as best I can. It's a colony ship. It was built long ago by our ancestors to sustain our crew over hundreds of years in space through generations of travelers. It's sturdy, fast, and spacious. That last one is important because we had to take as many supplies as possible with us on the journey and still have ample space for our crew.
I see. Well, I've already asked you about the ship, but tell me more about it.
You've come aboard the Earth colony ship, Constant. Generations ago, we set forth from the planet Earth with the mission of colonizing a new habitable world in the spirit of our ancestors nearly a millennium ago.
Wow, you are in for a shock. Well, listen. I mean, I guess I'm here to help. This is jerky. And, this is jerky. So yeah, I guess I'm here to help.
I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by, well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and the others.
Okay. Start at the bottom here. Your communications didn't work? Why is that? Or how did you all survive for 200 years? Well, she did say different generations, right? So you know about the people on the surface? Incredible, 200 years. How did it take you so long to get here? Or, not gonna lie, that's a pretty big ask. Or, you know, those others are human beings and they were here first. Or, I'd love to know more, but maybe we should get away from this airlock first. Okay. So why didn't communications work?
We're not entirely sure. Our engineers believe it's possible that our technology just isn't compatible with theirs. All we hear when using them to communicate with anyone is a bunch of disturbing noise. It gave me the heebie-jeebies at first.
I bet, yeah. How did you all survive for 200 years?
Well, the short answer is, we didn't. It's a generation ship, which is to say that most of us lived long, happy lives on board and passed our mission down to our children. It was never intended that the original crew would make it to our destination. The goal was always the preservation of the human race above all else. Though, it would seem that was perhaps a bit presumptuous.
So you know about the people on the surface then?
We do. Well, sort of. We saw structures using our surveying equipment. We've also seen the various ships pass us by. Some even seemed to want to communicate, but couldn't. Of course, we had no idea that they were being piloted by other humans.
Well, back to the 200 years thing. That's pretty incredible. How did it take you so long to get here?
Ah, your question confirms one of our recent theories. It would seem that some form of faster-than-light travel or space-bending technology was invented during our long journey. That would explain why we would find people this far out into space. I guess technology leapfrogged us at some point. Interesting. I can only imagine that our predecessors didn't believe the technology would ever work, and so they made the decision to leave when they did.
Wow. Well, I mean, I'd love to know more, but maybe we should get away from this airlock first? Okay, let's get away from the airlock.
Oh yes, of course. Where are my manners? Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge.
Cool.
Dr. DaCosta, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am. For security purposes.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist.
This is kind of awesome.
Welcome to the Earth colony ship Constant. In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
We got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work
So,
to take
here we
down
are.
troublemakers.
Let's talk.
This is cool. I really like this. Okay, Captain Brackenridge is waiting to discuss her ship's situation with me. What do we look like? We just look like some dude. Just a dude. Captain Diana Brackenridge. Bomani Rita. What do you have to say to me?
I know Captain Brackenridge has essentially given you free rein to wander the ship, but security will still be watching you closely. I hope you understand, given we have so little experience with people from the outside. It pays to take security seriously. Something I understand much better now than in my youth.
Okay, nice talking to you. Do you have a name?
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
Okay.
Guess you'll have to think of something by then.
Colonists talking over there.
Never seen a ship like yours before. Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
Okay. But can you not look out the window and see all the ships flying by this system?
Just stay out of trouble.
Okay.
To think, all this time we thought we were alone.
Really? All this time? Guess their communications are pretty limited.
Now that we
It's like walking in a time capsule here. I cannot imagine how hard this was to maintain.
Wow, that woman spoke very, very, very quietly. Barrett, would you like to talk to me about this?
Do you need something?
No.
Well, okay then.
All right.
No matter what the future holds, I think I'll always be more comfortable in space.
Well, that's understandable. You grew up here.
Hey! So it is true. An actual stranger aboard our ship? Wow.
Uh-huh. You don't get many visitors, I take it? Usually strangers introduce themselves. I'm Mental Fox, or I'm Mental Fox. I didn't catch your name. Yeah, that's who I am.
Oh, geez. Sorry, of course you don't know my name. We never met. I'm Yue. Wow, I never thought this would happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, get used to it, or I never thought of it that way, weird, or good meeting you, Yue. I'll let you get back to what you were doing. Well, I mean, yeah, I never thought of it that way. It's kind of weird.
Well, we're all kind of new to this as well, so you're in good company.
Okay. What do you do here on the ship, or what do you think now that you know there are others out there? Yeah, what do you think now that you know that there are others out there?
It's incredible. I'm pretty excited to meet new people and ask them all sorts of questions. I wonder about all we've missed this whole time while humanity has advanced around us.
Mm-hmm. What do you do here on the ship?
Oh, I'm the navigation officer, though I switch between nav and piloting. I'll be honest, the ship pretty much flies itself. Its destination hasn't changed since it launched, and we're here now, so I'm not sure what's next.
Yeah, I wonder what is next. But if the ship flies itself, why does it need a navigator?
See, the nav system's not perfect. We encounter stuff that our forebears didn't originally count on. Astral bodies, space debris, stuff like that. So sometimes I need to take manual control and get out of tricky situations. Then there was the time I used those unaccounted for anomalies to our advantage. Slingshotted us around a few stars that weren't supposed to be there, saved some fuel and knocked a few decades off our journey. Pretty incredible stuff.
That is incredible. Good job, Yui. Nice meeting you.
Get you around.
Got you around. Is this Diana? Where'd you go?
These are exciting times, aren't they?
Yeah, I bet they are. Here's the latest password, by the way. Oh, wait a minute. Huh? This Mabuti guy is talking to some people about ending a relationship. Huh.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Okay, I guess Diana went over here.
Never seen a ship like yours before.
Yeah.
Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
Oh, this is neat. Oh, look at this.
Now that you're here, I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life.
Yeah, look at this. Jacinda Breckenridge. Matilda Breckenridge. It's Breckenridge. Eliza Breckenridge. Felipe. Diana. Alexander. Boris.
Must have taken
Rupert.
some remarkable discipline to get you all here.
And Rupert. This is kind of cool. Oh, now where'd she go? You know, I'm starting to think that she doesn't really want to talk to us. Let's check out this book called What If I'm Right? I don't think I've seen this one before. Yeah, of course we haven't seen this one before. It's only on this ship. An excerpt from Rupert Breckenridge's last autobiography, published on Earth before the departure of the ECS Constant. Okay, so Rupert was first. But crisis looms in our future, whether we want to believe it or not. While Earth may not be fragile, it's faced a number of mass extinctions, meteor strikes, ice ages, wars, and other global catastrophes. The human race only has one home, and if that home becomes inhospitable, no number of underground bunkers will be enough to survive the tide. Precisely, this is why I started the Earth Colony Ship Initiative. It's why I reached out to the best and brightest minds of the 22nd century for their funding and their expertise. If humanity is to not only survive but thrive, we must shoot for the stars. It is my hope that others reading these words will join me in this endeavor and follow my lead. I'm tired of waiting for politicians of the world to agree on a course of action to preserve humanity for all of time. This is why it's up to private enterprises, such as my own Bracken Global, to develop our own ventures. Upon its completion, the ECS Constant will be the first ship of its kind, a colony ship built to transport a selection of humanity beyond our solar system, deep into territory unknown to our new Garden of Eden. My scientists assure me our new home is fundamentally perfect in every way, and I aim to keep it that way. It will be a world built on renewable energy, a reliable, equitable foundation from which our new society will grow. And from there, new colony ships will be built and sent to new planets to colonize them under the same ideals and values. A brilliant new future for humanity. And though it may take hundreds or thousands of years, I have little doubt that it will lead humanity to brave new frontiers and set a shining example for any other life we may find along the way. The rest of the book meanders about talking of grand designs for future utopias and such. Some of it seems reasonable, but in hindsight, his ambitions seem a bit too lofty. Okay. Oh, I guess I stole that book. Sorry. So she's coming around here.
Careful waving that fancy gun around.
It's pretty fancy.
You don't need to see what it can do.
Okay. We don't need to see what it can do. Here is Great Expectations. So taking the Newton's Cradle would be stealing, but taking Great Expectations would not be stealing. This locker here, we've got maybe a bunch of books, some celery. She really likes celery. Let's talk to her.
We didn't believe anyone would be out here, but I'm glad for it.
Mm-hmm. So how long have you been captain?
I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along, instead of taking years of study and apprenticeship under the prior captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly.
Uh-huh. How's your crew holding up?
A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about what will come to pass. While we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface, they seem reluctant to reach out, so there's no telling what will come of that. I do know that we can't afford to stay here in orbit forever. The ship was built to sustain us for many years with backup provisions just in case, but even that will come to an end eventually.
Is it difficult being a captain for a colony ship?
Difficult is the wrong word. It can be both challenging at times and also exciting. Our mission was to rebuild humanity on a distant world, believing that we were Earth's last hope. To think that while there has always been a Brackenridge in the captain's chair, that I am the one to finally oversee our journey's end is truly exhilarating. But with this stumbling block in our path, at this final moment, I fear tough choices will need to be made.
So I can't help but think, it's been 200 years since they left, right? Imagine trying to speak with somebody from 200 years ago. Like if you could do that, like if they somehow teleported here or you teleported back there. I think you'd probably have a difficult time understanding them. Would you? I mean, we're talking... you know, accents change, slang changes.
Sorry. Do you have more to say?
Yeah, I'm talking to people. It reminds me of a science fiction story I read a long time ago. It was a short story. I wish I remembered the name of it because it was really good. But it was a story about, if I remember correctly, I think it was some astronaut type people who left Earth in a ship that could go faster than light, if I remember correctly. And then they came back to Earth. And when they came back to Earth, only a certain number of years had passed for them, but like several hundred years had passed on Earth because of relativity and all that. And when they came back, they could not understand the people on Earth, and the people on Earth could not understand them.
If you don't need me anymore, I have a ship to run.
So, unfortunately, things turned hostile in this story, if I remember correctly. But it was a fascinating story. It was like plausible science fiction. So I'm thinking that if these people really did leave Earth 200 years ago, would we really be able to understand them? I don't know. But this is a fun situation. And speaking of situations, it sounds like you, Diana Brackenridge, could use some help with your situation here.
Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you?
Yeah. First, though, I mean, what's wrong with your communication system? Why can't you talk to them?
We suspect that our equipment is woefully obsolete compared to whatever you all have now. In all honesty, we never expected to need to communicate with anyone, so our comms aren't particularly robust. That limits our options. We even attempted communicating with lights and sounds, something we saw in an old movie, but I don't believe they picked up on it. If anything, it may have inadvertently alarmed them.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe, though. I mean, I really am enjoying this story from a science fiction perspective. You know, they left Earth 200 years ago before faster-than-light travel was invented or discovered. And so during the 200 years that it took them to get here, faster-than-light travel's been discovered and implemented, and now there's already humans here. They beat them here by decades, centuries, I don't know. It's an interesting story. But I find it incredibly hard to believe that they've not been able to communicate with the people on the surface. I mean, is Morse code not still a thing? Just flash some lights at them. I mean, I don't know. That part's not plausible to me, but the rest of it's kind of fun. So anyway, she's asking for us to be...
Well...
She's asking us to be a diplomat, and my character wants to know what's in it for him. So yeah, what's in it for me? Do they have any money? I don't know. Let's see what happens.
I wish I could say that the satisfaction of helping others in need is sufficient, but I'm not getting that impression from you. I'm sure we can pull together some resources equivalent to whatever currency you use these days. We'll do what we can to make it worthwhile. And until then, you're free to make use of whatever facilities you need on our ship.
Okay. Well, I guess the people in Paradiso want the same, so yeah, I'll help.
So they have a name. Paradiso. And it sounds promising that they sent you here to speak with us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us.
I see. We could say, why not just find another planet? Or we could say, if you had a claim to this planet, how could others settle here? Or I'll try, but diplomacy may require compromise. Or I can do it if you tell me what you'd like me to say to them. Could you just not find another planet?
Based on the data our ancestors had when they launched this endeavor, it was determined that this was the perfect planet for us. Even if we had another viable candidate planet, we lack the resources to get there. And as you know, it took us 200 years to get here. Our people have no desire to go back to drifting the stars so their children's children can possibly settle on an inferior planet.
Well, that's fair. If you really did have a claim on this planet, how could others settle here?
When we left Earth, there were no claims to planets this far out into space. We had assumed that we were the only ones attempting a generational journey such as this, meaning that there would be no need for a formal claims process. Regardless, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, did manage to file a charter for this planet's first colony, to be named New Jamestown. According to his records, no one took it seriously when he filed it, so likely it was either ignored or the records were lost to the ages. Given humanity's lack of interest in colonizing the far reaches of space at the time, it shouldn't have been a problem, but again, here we are now.
Fair enough. We could try, but diplomacy may require a compromise,
Yes, of course. But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such, but initially I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Porrima II is huge. Why not just settle on the other side of it, away from the others? Or, are you out of your mind? There's no way they'll go for that. Or, okay, but no promises. I'll be able to convince them, or will do. But listen, this planet's huge. Why not just settle on the other side of it, away from the others?
We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Listen, you must be out of your mind. There's no way they're going to go for that. They're not just going to pick up and leave. I'm sorry. You need to hear this.
I'm serious. We have a rightful claim to this land, and I intend to fight for it. As you're currently our only hope, perhaps you'll honor my request and give it your all, for the sake of some very weary travelers who have come a very long way to be here. Thank you.
Okay, whatever you say, Captain Diana Brackenridge. So... That's weird. Jiro? Who the heck is Jiro? Jiro pointed me to Paradise Group CEO Oliver Campbell. Since he and the other board directors have the authority to make decisions, I should speak with him regarding the ECS constant. Okay, well, I don't remember who Jiro is or was. Yeah, I don't remember that. Jiro maybe is the person who's on the planet who originally asked us to check out this ship in orbit. Maybe it is. I don't know. But we do need to go back down to the surface and speak with them. I wonder why she doesn't want to come with us. I mean, why doesn't she just hop on our ship and come with us? She could bring security people with her. I don't care. Cool, man. All right. It's a fun concept, fun story. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes, but we will do more of that in the next episode, as I'm going to end this one here. When we come back next time, I'm going to explore this ship as much as I can. We'll talk to the people on the ship, and then, depending upon how long that takes us, we'll get under the surface and talk to the people in Paradiso. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode. I sure do hope you had a good time. If you did, why don't you let me know? Leave me a like or a comment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.